Welcome back, folks. My name is LastKnownMeal, and today we're gonna be taking a look at the first trailer for GTA 6. So I'm gonna be honest, it feels a little bit surreal that GTA 6 trailer is finally out, especially due to this long wait that we had ever since GTA 5 was released. And to be honest, even though I don't cover it on this channel, I'm a huge fan of GTA games. I started playing GTA when I was a kid, basically on PlayStation when I played GTA 1. After that, I went on to GTA 3 and then Vice City, and then later on everything else is pretty much everyone. And to be honest, I was very much looking forward to this, how it's going to look, how it's going to feel, and how it's going to be upgraded all the way from like GTA 5 and also using all of the tech we have seen in Red Dead Redemption 2. And that's something I was really surprised about, because looking at Red Dead Redemption 2 and how beautiful that game looks, I was really going for Vice City that's gonna be looking as detailed as this, and I was not disappointed. Vice City looks absolutely beautiful. So the trailer itself was released last night. It was supposed to release today at 3 p.m. Central European time, at least where I live, but the problem is the trailer got leaked early. We still don't know how exactly it happened. Do keep in mind that Rockstar did upload the trailer on their channel as a premiere, and somehow it got out, and Rockstar kinda just said, alright, screw it, we're gonna be releasing the trailer straight away. Now, on one side, I'm kinda sad that we didn't get a trailer when we were supposed to get it initially, because I had a whole watch party organized, and I'm pretty sure everyone else did, including the developers, so leaks definitely do suck, but at the end of the day, they released it and it's looking really good. So let's go through the trailer, see what's it all about, and analyze some of the first things I've seen. Obviously, there's gonna be more videos on this topic as I go further through the trailer and go through all of the details. So first things first, the song featured in GTA is Love is a Long Road by Tom Petty. And of course, as we know from the leaks all the way back from the initial big leak that Rockstar suffered, the two main protagonists of the story are going to be Jason and Lucia. The trailer also starts in a prison, because Lucia is actually an inmate there, and it's gonna be interesting to see how the story progresses further, because she does say here, do you know why you're here? Well, she said bad luck, I guess. So it is gonna be something probably she has done a long time ago, either a robbery, maybe something else, but of course, what is the actual reason that she's getting, released? Either the sentence is out, or maybe there's gonna be something much deeper to this. I do think that maybe there's gonna be some informants, maybe something like that, considering that every love story has to have some obstacle and some big twists. But there is a much more important detail which I want to talk about. So in the cover image, which was released by Rockstar Games, we can see Lucia wearing an ankle monitor here, so police can monitor her location. Now, going from the trailer itself, a lot of people are saying that this is actually a trailer in reverse, that they do a robbery and then she is arrested and thrown into prison. I honestly think that this is going to be before that. I might be wrong, of course, but I think that she is gonna be let from prison, and that's how her story is going to begin. Now, when you see an ankle monitor and when you see that starting scene, with Stephanie, the probably parole officer or someone like that, I always think that there might be something connected to her making a deal to be an informant or something like that, because we still don't know exactly the history between her and, well, Jason, if he's gonna be called like that. So we don't know if maybe that's going to play a role, or maybe Lucia is going to play the cops that way, but that ankle monitor, especially and most probably at the beginning of the game, is gonna be a very interesting concept to think about. Especially if you're considering it story-wise, because there was always something connected to it. You were always working for someone in that sense. If you go from GTA 4, if we go from GTA 5, and even further going from like San Andreas. And after Lucia talks to Stephanie, who is probably like some corrections officer or whatever, well, she's probably gonna be released. And the opening shot that we get of Vice City is absolutely beautiful. Graphically, this game looks next gen. When I take a look at this, I will say, yeah, this is next gen. This is how this world is supposed to look like, and it's looking very, very detailed. wildlife is going to be very much prevalent in this game. I did love the wildlife in Red Dead Redemption 2 and how detailed that was. So just going from some of these shots we have in this trailer, wildlife is going to be absolutely fantastic. Like from this shot where you see all of these flamingos going up, like this looks absolutely amazing. And of course, going throughout the map itself, as we're gonna be exploring, we have to watch out for these alligators and crocs down here because, well, they can be deadly. In another shot we can see the beach area, and one thing which I definitely noticed is how dense this world is going to be. And these NPCs in a nutshell feel very much alive, you know, people running, doing their own stuff. Here this guy is taking pictures. And another little thing, we can see little details, like for example on the feet we can see the sand sticking to the skin itself. So generally, like from that just detail perspective that Rockstar likes to include in their games, this is definitely a huge plus. Then we get another shot of the water area. We have the big ship over here, BTN Delmar, and also the water itself is looking beautiful. I was honestly surprised when I realized that this is not CGI, but this is actually like from the game itself, from within the engine itself, and it's insane. Another detail which is interesting is this shot where we see like, I don't know if this is Lucia maybe or some other character, but just going up from the car itself, we can see a lot of people going out from the car, going out the window, standing on the car, standing on the seats. So all of these things, if these are things that are really included in the game, especially if we're gonna have these sort of animations within the game and we're seeing people doing these things, well, this is wow. Now for all of the racing and tuning enthusiasts from GTA, including me, because I like that a lot, we can see a few vehicles here which tells you a bit how this upgrading of a vehicle and how tuning is going to look like. For example, we see this vehicle over here with these tires from the actual wheels themselves and how different versions we're going to have, deliveries on the vehicle themselves, and just judging from this, I'm pretty sure that the whole tuning scene is going to be very much detailed. And another question I have, and I cannot wait to see from the gameplay, is how driving is going to look like. I love the driving in GTA 5, so I wonder how they're gonna be going from that and making it, well, more detailed in GTA 6, especially considering the new physics and everything else. But I also do think that maybe we're gonna have some sort of a car meets or, well, these events throughout the city that we're gonna be able to race in, and I do like that it's actually looking like a racing scene, like a tuning scene. So from that sense, well, you know, it's going to be a lot more immersive. Then we have a little shot of a nightclub, and as I said, the jiggle physics, great. Also in this shot, characters look absolutely detailed. Like, there has been so much progress from Red Dead Redemption 2. If you look at all of the tech which is included there and how much has it been upgraded for this one. And here we have a much wider look at Vice City itself. Some of the cars we can see down here. There is a lot of vehicles that we know from like previous GTA games, which are obviously a part of the GTA universe and the lore. So stealing some of those cars is going to be interesting, especially because from the leaks we had some of that information that there might be some hacking devices and some, you know, devices which are going to be using to break into vehicles. And if that is really included, if that's really going to be a part of the game, then I'm gonna be honest, it's a big plus, because I like immersiveness on that perspective. I like that things become more mechanical based like they were in Red Dead Redemption 2. But just the foliage and the huge scope of the city is just, it's mind-blowing. Now in the next shot we have the most famous ocean drive from Vice City, so the ocean road, however you want to call it, and we have some of the repeating vehicles from the lore itself. We have the cheetah here, which is the most prevalent. Honestly, I cannot wait to drive this car. They look so good, and a lot of these vehicles here are not fully tuned as well, so just going from these stock versions, they look really good. Then we have more nightclub stuff, and going from the trailer music, I honestly cannot wait to hear all of the radio stations in GTA 6 and the music they're gonna be licensing for it, because usually GTA games license a lot of music, and a lot of good music, so cannot wait to hear that. Then we have another wider shot of Vice City, or well, the outer area of Vice City, and if you look at the cars, if you look at the length of this road from this like area, from this top-down view, it is huge, absolutely huge. So I do wonder what sort of missions, what sort of encounters we're gonna be getting on these small islands, because I'm sure there's gonna be some secrets and some Easter eggs that we're gonna be visiting throughout this, and especially because Vice City as well, kind of all over the water, you know, it's kind of intertwined with waters and canals and all of that. Going to these little, as I said, islands and going through these little places is gonna be so much fun with all of the stuff you're gonna be seeing there and experiencing, especially like obviously the wildlife. In the next frame we see a character that there is a big discussion over right now online, where you have people saying that this is Lucia, and you also have people saying that this is not Lucia, this is someone else, and people are even showing like different pictures of the face, showing where the moles are on the face and everything. Now honestly, at first I didn't think this was Lucia, even though this character has a lot of similarities with Lucia in general. Now, of course, with the moles and makeup and everything, it is possible that this is Lucia sometimes throughout the game, or maybe they're just showing it through this, but I do know that this is going to be a big discussion. Overall, I mean, I don't think we're gonna find out properly until it's confirmed, or just maybe next trailer comes out, or well, the game itself. Now, next up, the trailer goes a lot into social media, like for example these reels, TikToks, live streams and so on. And because, you know, GTA 6 is going to be set in modern times that we are today, social media is going to be playing a huge role in all of this. We can see a lot of stereotypes, we can see a lot of things which are actually happening and inspired by real life events and people and what they do generally. Like for example, Dadbot Squad. Ay puppy, save some sugar baby for the rest of us. I mean, going from like just the parody and going from the satire that Rockstar likes to put in their universes, especially mimicking the world and making fun of it, well, Miami, or well, Vice City in today's era is a gold mine of stuff you can take from and just mimic or parody or do whatever you want with it. And especially for people who were playing GTA RP, you know how important phone is and all of the apps you can now use. Like for example in GTA Online, like the phone that they use, or just in GTA 5 in general, like that phone is pretty old to today's standards and some of the apps that we have today. So I wouldn't be surprised if we had downloadable apps like it is in roleplay. So, you know, something similar to it would be on our, you know, phone that we have in GTA 6. So maybe we're gonna be able to post some of this stuff, or maybe just look at what other people are posting, but having social media in GTA 6 is not a huge surprise. I mean, it's something that I think is going to play a huge role. Now we get also some more looks of the street racing scene, which honestly I am mostly excited about. I like racing in this game, I like racing in GTA in general, so having something like this, having these events is gonna be fantastic, especially if these things are just events that you meet throughout Vice City as you're exploring. It doesn't have to be a part of maybe missions, but just something which happens during the night as you're going through some of the, let's say, areas of Vice City. Having and seeing something like this and then participating is that immersion which I want, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the case. And of course we go back to social media again. There seems to be some songs happening as well. We see people commenting down below. I do wonder if maybe some of this, like some of the people that we see writing here, are going to be actual characters we meet. Does this actually happen? Like, I'm pretty sure something like this happened in Florida once or twice. Then we also have some CCTV footage of police, you know, raiding a building. Now, one thing straight away which I like about police in GTA 6, at least what we can see. First off, outfits. Like the outfits we see here, you can see that you're gonna have some crime divisions, some narcotics divisions, some detective divisions, which are not going to be in full uniform that most cops in, let's say, GTA 5 have. So you're gonna have these situations where you're gonna have cops in just more casual clothing and just having armor, for example, and not being in like the only in outfits or uniforms like we got used to. So which is nice, and kind of, I mean, goes along with the era that we are in right now. But the footage itself, like the body camera, everything in it, it looks almost realistic. And I also do wonder how the cop system is going to be working in this game. In a couple of shots of the trailer, we do see police, we do see sheriff department, and again wondering how the actual star system is going to work, especially with how the cops see us, how we lose the cops. I mean, one thing which I really enjoyed from GTA 4 is, for example, that cops don't really know exact location which you are in if you commit a crime, but they basically surround you, and if they see you, they see you. In GTA 5 it's a little bit different, where police kind of sees your location right away and they just kind of arrive to that location, and then you have to wiggle around them to basically, you know, disappear and all of that. But maybe in GTA 6 that system is going to be refined a little bit different, you know. They're not gonna know your location right away, but maybe they parallel the area, they surround the area, and that's how they see you. And I think there could be some very cool situations which are immersive and natural, which could work in this game. Then of course another thing we see is a guy running away, naked almost. I think he does have underwear, so that's cool. But regardless of that, just take a look at the rain effects, the storms and everything. This is what really attracted my attention from this shot. Not the guy running, but how weather looks in this game, especially if it's raining, if it's something like that. So I cannot wait to see it. In the other area as well, we can see, like, for example, this shot of Rip Rudy, see you in heaven, cuz. So I wonder if this guy is gonna and why is gonna be like that. But then we have another dude watering his plants in his tongs. I mean, it's Vice City, you know, things do be like that. The next shot, which I'm really excited about, is this Trillbilly Mud Club. So if you played Red Dead Redemption 2, you know how mud and the terrain which you walk in, for example, looks like and feels like. And that's something I really enjoyed from it. Not just from the level perspective, but also from those physics and how characters react to terrain. And we can see here, we can see like the mud and everything on them. So I do wonder if our character is gonna be like filled with mud when you go through this, which is probably going to be the case. But at the end of the day, there's gonna be some stunts here. We're gonna be doing probably some racing, and well, it's fun. Then there is also this shot of this woman, neighborhood watch, don't play around in Hamlet. And I'm gonna be honest, I recognized, well, the parody of this woman, because my guilty pleasure is watching Karen encounters on on YouTube. Yeah, I know, it's just there is something so relaxing about watching Karens like lose their shit. Like it was always funny. But having something like this, especially from like the real life version of this woman, it's there's gonna be some wild stuff here. Especially that I'm looking forward to is NPC behavior and how they react to us doing different stuff around them. So in this shot, as we can see, like Jason and Lucia are running away probably from that heist that we see at the end where they're robbing a store, and we can see that sheriffs are actually approaching that area. So maybe in some way there's gonna be some situation that if we change a car or something like that, police won't know it's us. But of course we have to wait and see for that, which is gonna be a while. Now in the other shot from the Weasel News, another thing which kind of stands out is first off this police vehicle, which doesn't have the usual rotation on top but something else. I do wonder if these interceptors are gonna be going after us on higher levels, or well, higher wanted levels. Another thing which I do see here is, for example, the glass, the car, the barrels over here. Then we have this Joker guy, and it does kind of remind me of that Florida Joker that we had, I think it was 2020 or something like that, when that guy was on social media. So it might be some parody of that, and I do wonder if we're gonna be actually meeting this guy throughout missions, because it would be a shame if we don't. I mean, he looks like he can cause some chaos. Then we see some dirt bikes, some quad bikes, the clothing and everything. I mean, I just cannot wait to see this. Especially going from this another Weasel News report, dirt bike, dirt bags. Cops fail to stop thugs on motorbikes terrorizing Vice City. So maybe something connected to this. Especially looking at the police vehicles here. Looking at the actual bike gangs, I cannot wait to see like what sort of a dynamic we have with them, if they're gonna be friends, enemies, if they're gonna be causing us issues or not. Well, that's up for us to see. And of course, another shot which I love is the High Rollers lifestyle. This seems to be like, of course, street racing as always, and if it has street racing, I'm going to be there pretty much. The car in the back is looking goddamn amazing, especially like looking at just the back lights and the mirrors. I don't know what to say. And going from the other shot where Jason and Lucia are actually in a store, one of the things that I do like are these masks, for example, how they put them down and get them up. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be like probably a button that we're gonna be pressing in the game, like, oh, put on a mask or get it down after you rob a store and so on. The details on the glasses and basically these bottles on the right, it looks absolutely insane. One thing which is kind of funny is that Pisswasser right now is $15, dude. Pisswasser is $15 in GT6. The inflation is going to be wild, especially when it comes to prices and the e-cola and everything. Then we get a cool shot of Jason, Lucia probably escaping that heist. We can see pawn and pawn a gun shop. I do wonder if this is going to be your ammunition or something similar to it, and what sort of guns we're gonna be having. So I do like this Bonnie and Clyde angle to the story, and the details on the doors and just the characters, it's wild. Look at here on the right. We will no longer accept cash stored in underwear. This is how detailed it is, so I cannot wait. But the sad news is that GT6 is coming out in 2025. Yeah, so it's going to be a while until we don't see this game. We have to wait through the entire 2024, and I do wonder when in 2025 is this releasing. In the spring, in summer, in winter? Like, there's so much that we have to wait and see. And of course, first off, as we can see from the official Take-Two announcement, it's going to be releasing, it seems so far, that what they said is that GT6 is coming to PlayStation 5 computer entertainment systems and Xbox Series X and S games and entertainment systems in 2025. So as always, PC players, or well, the PC version, you will have to wait until that comes out, which honestly is not a huge surprise because this is what they have been doing for quite some time now. GT4 came out first on consoles, GT5 came out first on consoles, so GT6 coming out first on consoles is not really that big of a surprise, but you know, it is what it is. So these were my first impressions of the trailer itself. There is gonna be a lot more which I'm gonna be talking about soon, so stay tuned for more GT6 content. I will be covering this because I love this game, I love this universe. Don't worry about Cyberpunk and everything else, that's always going to stay on the channel, that's always going to be here, but I'm just now adding GT6 to this list as well. I was waiting for the trailer to release before I started covering it properly because I'm gonna be honest, it's just easier to do it this way, and there has been a lot of leaks and stuff which I didn't want to talk about before and prior to this coming out because, well, things can change, things can look different, and I just wanted to wait. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button for more. Also check us out on Twitter and Discord, and huge thanks to my current Patreon supporters. This is LKM signing out, stay classy chooms, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.